All right, today we're going to solve a system whenever we are given just simply the points. Okay, so we're going to have to find the equation of a line given 2 points. We have to do that twice. Then we'll have to graph the 2 lines, and then we'll have to find where they intersect at. Okay, so our steps here tell us to write the equation for both lines and then solve the system. So we're going to have to use 2 formulas that we've learned. We learned those in Unit 5. Okay, and that was the slope formula, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. That's the first formula that we'll need. And then we'll need the point slope formula. So that's y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Okay, so those 2 formulas are going to help us with these types of problems. So let's take a look at example 1. Okay, a line passes through the point 1, 4 and 5, 8. So there's my 2 points. Okay, I'm going to take my second y value, which is 8, and I'm going to minus the first y value, which was 4. All right, I'm going to take my second x value, which is 5, and I'm going to minus the first x value, which was 1. On top, I'm going to get 4. On the bottom, I'm going to get 4. 4 over 4, of course, reduces to positive 1. So the slope of the first points is 1. Now I've got to use that slope, and I'm going to use a point. It does not matter which one you choose. I'm going to choose the first one, and we're going to now use the point slope formula. Okay, so we're going to start that y minus, and I'm going to take my y value, this first ordered pair, which is 4, equals m, which is my slope, times x minus, and then my x value is 1. Okay, so now I've substituted into the point slope formula. Now I want to distribute the 1, so 1 times x will give me 1x. 1 times negative 1 will give me negative 1. Okay, so I've eliminated the parentheses, and now I want to move the constant away. Okay, and now we're going to write our equation. Y equals 1x plus 3. Okay, so there is the first equation. Okay, and there's how you find the slope and then use that slope into the point slope formula. Now, I've got to take this second line. It goes through the point 210 and 4, 6, and now I'm going to come over here and do the exact same thing so that way I can get the equation for it. All right, so I'm just going to draw a line through here. And again, I'm going to start with the slope formula. So y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay, so on top I'm going to get a negative 6. On the bottom I'm going to get positive 4. All right, and this will reduce to negative 3 over 2. So my slope is negative 3 over 2. And now I'm going to plug it into the point slope formula. Okay, and this time I'm going to choose the second ordered pair. Again, it does not matter which point you choose, just choose one of those and then use your slope here. So we'll put y minus 4 equals, our slope that we just found was negative 3 over 2 times x minus 6. Okay, so again, I've got to distribute here to simplify. So y minus 4 equals negative 3 halves times x will give me negative 3 halves x. Negative 3 halves times negative 6. A negative times a negative gives me a positive 9. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to move the 4 over by using the inverse operation. So we're going to add 4 to both sides. And our equation here will say y equals negative 3 over 2x plus 13. Okay, so now we have our equations. Okay, so I'm just going to slide this over. And now you could use your calculator. Okay, you got your calculator online, or you could use Desmos, whichever one you have easily accessible to you. So we're going to turn it on. Go to y equals our first equation, x plus 3. I'm going to drop down, and I'm going to type this one. Now remember, if you're using the TI-83, you want to put your fraction in parentheses. So negative 3 over 2. We're going to close our parentheses and put our x plus 13. Okay, so once I have those two in, it's second trace, number 5. We're going to let those lines graph, and then we want to press enter 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so our point of intersection here is the solution to this system of equation. Okay, so the intersection point is 4, 7. So I'm going to go ahead and write my solution, 4, 7. And there's my answer.